Hello, greetings. Been thinking, stuck on this religion as usual. Hopefully, I pray to the divine to come out of it soon, and so live a life of love, humanity, choosing humanity. Because in this I see a lot of terrible things that we are unable to love each other, and religion, schisms, and what the Quran ayats say. Very scary. Like as Shias, we could have hated the Jews, thinking they're worse than Christians because they killed Jesus Christ. The Quran ayat says this, even though the Christians and Jews are now friends. They live together. I've seen in London, just giving my experience, and they're not scared of each other, or they don't hate each other, even though, like in the Bible, it says, not only in the Quran, right? But so before I go on about this, and I found like how the Muslims on the whole can really hate the Jews and be scared of them, or just have this thing, or what do you call it, that these are terrible people who killed the prophets even, right? And the Quran ayat says this. But I'm going to talk about this blog here, and then the Sunni fatwas on Shias. Wow, Muslims, wow. You defend this prophet and your Quran in such a way. I'm amazed. So after looking at the ayats and the way I show, no, after having removed my Shia or Muslim glasses and looked at the Quran like that, scientifically, I realized that he's a terrible prophet. He was one of a kind, of a tyrant, right? And even looking at, I'll just be very, this thing, not in detail or explaining properly, that I see that if when I loved Imam Hussein, some Shias can, okay, we are humanitarian, martyred, always martyred, right, by the Sunni Muslims also. Jews and all, what did we have to do with the Jews? They don't kill us. They don't think we are bad people. They don't say anything. So against the Shia Muslims. But I felt that when I just left Ahlul Bayt for a little while, just be free of, just look at love and God, and just be free of all these, what the scriptures say, even the Bible and the New Testament also. Jesus calling them, these Jews also, hypocrites and snakes and all, vipers, and so leaving all this, I felt that I was more free. But, of course, through the Muslims' eyes, again, my Shia even, they would say, no, this is Satan making you feel this way, right? So come to Imam Hussein, come to this religion, come to Rasulullah. Oh, so now I get this thing. So as a Shia, at least we did not hate the Jews in the sense that the Quran ayats are there and you would want to hate the Jews. But even though we are told Imam Ali killed one of their best warriors, but at the same time there were some good Jews and invited. There's a story about Bibi, about Fatima, daughter of Rasulullah, that she was invited by a Jew to a wedding, And she said, I don't have good clothes and all this, don't have good clothes. And, poor. So, and shall I even go to the wedding of a Jew? So the grandfather, no, her father allowed her, and so her husband Ali also, and you can read the story. I really cannot, I'm not good at explaining. So that's why we don't take any action or hate the Jews or anything. But if you read the Quran ayats, you're going to hate the Jews. Like, what is this? Anzarna, Reina. Jews say, look and don't hear, or whatever, listen. And then, oh believers, there's another ayat I was looking at. And the Jews killed Jesus Christ. And not even Roman Empire, the Jews killed him. So when you look at the New Testament, it says the Romans were involved in it too, his death. So this, and then what else is in the Quran, like against the Jews, ayats, right? When you look at all those ayats, bring them together like I wanted to right now, but I felt that maybe later sometime you would really hate the Jews, really hate them. So here we have a blog by the Islamic Sharia Council. And this is in English. Is the Quran anti-Semitic? So they give reasons here. Sorry, Islamic Sharia Council, I have to use your blog website. Is the Quran anti-Semitic? This is islamic-sharia.org. You can go there. I just Google searched in a way that the Quran says bad things about. What are the things Quran says against Jews? And I found this blog. It's the Islamic Sharia Council blog. And they're situated in London. They've given their phone number here, address, everything. So is the Quran anti-Semitic? And then they go on to explain this. Explain the also anti-Semitism is like in their Bible also. In their Torah books, does the Quran describe the Jews who blasphemed and rejected faith as apes and pigs? Right? So, if I may use this website, thank you. But on the day they had no Sabbath, they did not come. So they're saying that in their, just reading, hopefully I will come across my eyes. In their own scriptures, it says, lawbreakers which they could not resist. But so the Quran shows that God is critical of those who reject faith, blaspheme, practice evil, violate His commandments. No one is favored, score of righteousness, except on the favored by God, except on the score of righteousness. So where was this? Preachers, just a minute. Okay, before I forget that the Jews themselves, did I say this? I have to say this again. In the Quran ayats that the Jews killed their own prophets. Like cats sometimes eat their own, what they give birth to, kittens. They eat it up. They kill all the prophets, most of them. And this is in the Quran ayat. So what this blog says here is, so here is the response, my response to this, his letter to the editor, Professor Emmanuel D.E. Kadt. He asks, this Muslim website has sent a letter. So their response is, the Islamic Sharia Council's response is that, does the Quran describe the Jews who blasphemed and rejected faith as apes and pigs. I have to show you this, but I have a flash on, right? The answer is yes. And not only in the Quran, but also their own books, and by the tongue of their own prophets, as explained below. Very good. Sarcastically, sorry, I have to be sarcastic. So now that, what? Sabbath, Mosaic law? No, not even, okay, so this, I can't wait. The slain of men of Banu Qurayza by the Prophet. Did the Prophet commit Holocaust against the Jews? So it'll be difficult for me to read here out of this website. Did the Prophet commit Holocaust against the Jews? The slaughter of the men of Banu Qurayza was shocking to many people who are not familiar with their treason. If it was not mentioned in Surah 33, verses 26 to 27 of the Holy Quran, we as Muslims would have rejected the story, as it contradicts with the nature of the Prophet and his teachings, hadiths. But remember, in Surah Azab, it is the way of Allah against these enemies. So, and those books, oh my God, and it contradicts with the nature of the Prophet and his teachings. The slain, but it goes with the Quran ayats, way of God. Surah Azab, verse 62. So this is from Open Letter, and they've shared it here. It's a blog, right? The Islamic Sharia Council, London. Sorry, sharing this email. Some Jews claim that the Quran contains verses which incite hatred against the Jews. They demand that these verses should be removed from the Quran. I say the Quran should be banned to make it Jewish friendly. Of course, no one is going to ban these. What will happen if counterterrorism or prevent will call for the same thing? Muslims believe that the Quran. Anyways, honestly, I feel sorry for his students who have a teacher who can't even listen to another opinion or accept critical thinking. I just skipped some. His letter to the editor. Anti-Semitism is on the rise, but above all, it is an Islamic issue. While it is politically correct to be concerned about caricatures of Muhammad, the fact that the Quran calls Jews cursed, traitors, the greediest of men, liars, corrupters, and apes, to name but a few of the more nasty epithets, is never mentioned. It is just the Israel-Palestine issue that can turn Muslims to anti-Semitism. It comes straight out of the book, held to be the direct word of God. True, even if it also contains calls to peace. Professor Emmanuel D. Cadet, I think K-A-D-T, Utrecht, or how you pronounce that, I don't know, Utrecht University and Brighton. Okay? So the response was like this, right? I found this blog and I'm just sharing it. I hope I'm not infringing upon anyone's copyrights. The slain men of Banu Qurayza, please leave this. But I had to, like, I'm telling them to, what? A mildest treatment of. Does the Quran command the righteous Jews? The answer is yes. Does the Quran commend the righteous Jews? O children of Israel, call to mind my special favor which I bestowed upon you, but you have not. And there are other verses. This one is from Surah Baqarah, verse 47. And there's another one, book of the people, some who I just hoard gold, silver coin, unless you constitute demanding. Commend. Of the people of Moses, there is a section who guide and do justice in the light of truth. Great. And there are other verses, yes, there are many verses, but very, very good. And so thank you, Islamic Sharia Council. Now, let's see what the Muslims themselves say about Shias. Sunni fatwas. This is Sunni Muslim, not all Muslims. Only Muslim, only Quran fatwa, but Sunni fatwas on Shias. What is this? Wikipedia has given. Sunni and Shia are different sects among Muslims, and the difference of opinions have resulted in many fatwas, non-binding but authoritative legal opinion or learned interpretation issues pertaining to Islamic law. Fatwas are based on the question and answer process found in the Quran, which seeks to enlighten on theological and philosophical issues, hadith, legal theory, duties, and the Sharia law. Sunni fatwas have been used to justify the persecution of Shia throughout their history. Points of differences, opinions. The Sunni fatwas on Shias often involve legal opinions. There's no doubt in the belief, kufr of those that falsely accuse Sayyidina Aisha of adultery, deny the companionship of Sayyidina Abu Bakr, believe that Sayyidina Ali was an imam, even if they believe in Allah, the last prophet, and the perfection of the Quran. Rad al-Muhtar, Mahtar, 4/453. Ibn Abidin. However, I'm just reading up now. Hanifi's writes, however, major Sunni scholars have declared the unbelief of Shias who hold certain beliefs. For example, Imam Ibn Abidin, a source of authoritative fatwas for Hanifis, writes. So that I read what he wrote, and now Ahmad Raza. According to Imam Ahmad Raza, the founder of Barelvi movement, most Shiites of his day were apostates because they repudiated necessities of religion. This includes, according to him, the following: to believe that the Quran is incomplete, to call it Book of Uthman, elevate Sayyidina Ali, Karam Allahu Wajha, and other Imams above the Prophets. Of these Imams are held to be higher than even one Prophet, to allege that Allah was regretful after issuing a command and hence remorsefully changed his earlier ruling, to allege that Allah didn't realize the wisdom of a certain ruling, I really don't. To allege that Rasulullah practiced taqiyya in the course of tabligh. And other things, moreover, is written. My Sunni and Salafi scholars who have declared Shiites as deviants or apostates. Imam Malik, one of the most prominent students, al-Buwaiti, asked if it was permissible to pray behind a Rafidi. They call us the rejectors, the Rafidis, meaning rejectors. To which Malik responded in the negative. Malik defined a Rafidi as whoever says Abu Bakr and Umar are not Imams. Ibn Hazm, Shias are not even Muslims. When Christians debating him brought a Shia book as reference. Ibn Taymiyyah, he considered Shiites more heretical than Jews, Christians, and many polytheists. Noting contemporary circumstances, he considered Shiites more harmful to the Muslim community than groups such as the Crusaders and Mongols. Ibn Khaldun, Estri people, quote, unquote, quote again, Shia are the source of all deviant groups in Islam history, unquote. Nizam al-Mulk, all these, right? So you can read, go to Wikipedia, read all these fatwas. Shias are heretics in several fatwas. Saudi Sunni clerics, being more mature, denounced the Shias as infidels. Ahsan Ilahi Zahir denounced the Shia as infidels and Zionist agents. Oh my God, now they're going to think, because I'm doing this, I found out vicious fatwa against the Shia. I concluded with Abdul Rahman al-Barak are completely contradictory. What? In a vicious fatwa against the Shia, I concluded with the Sunni and Shia madhabs beliefs are completely contradictory, completely, and cannot be reconciled. Cannot be reconciled. The talk of Sunni Shia rapprochement is utterly false. Abu Basir al-Tars. So you see, I'm just, how am I going to even save for humanity's sake? Like I see this prophet now. I'm not a Jew. I don't believe in Abrahamic religions. Imam Ash-Shabi, the Rafida, meaning the Shias, they call us by this terrible name, like my former Shia. The Rafida are the Jews of this nation. They hate Islam as the Jews hate Christianity. They embraced Islam not because they longed for it or because they feared Allah. Oh my God, such a lie, blatant lie. But because they detested the Muslims and intended to overpower them. What's this? Blatant lie. Said Israel Friedlander, the heterodoxies of the Shiites in the presentation of Ibn Hazm. Okay? Muhammad ibn, just a few I'm reading out. There are lots. There are like 15 of them. Greatly misguide people. Pakistan, Sunni fatwas issued in Pakistan, which were considered as defensive materials, created for the purpose of defending the faith from the Shia. Oh my God, they could kill. We only declare someone who denies something necessarily known of the real. Oh my God, there's no someone who says common Shias, someone who says Shia must make this. Muhammad is the Prophet of Allah, is a Muslim. Shia Muslims who make this declaration faith are therefore Muslim. Okay, the free Shias. Sheikh Faraz Rabin. I don't think I'm just reading to myself right now. I just had enough. So, you know, okay. Oh my God, there's no way to save you, humanity. Jews come out of this religion. Christians come out of this religion, Abrahamic religion. And Muslims can stay in this religion and kill us. Shias come out of this religion. But no, you will not. Imam Hussein, you think Imam Hussein is humanity, stands for humanity. You see, the more religious you become and you go towards Imam Hussein, you'll see that only Imam Hussein you love, and is like, what happens to a little girl 4 years old today anywhere? Which Shia is going to run and save her? No one. No Shia. So, like Allama Iqbal said, Karwan mein ek bhi Hussaini nahi hai. There's no Hussaini in this caravan of life right now. Maybe that's what he meant. So, you see, there's hatred, and we hate each other. And we're not willing to listen to the Shias. I'm a former Shia, I know. So, what are we going to listen to the Jews? Because, Bani Qurayza, we say that this was not the way of Rasulullah. Of course, Shias also say the same thing. You see, but I've seen how ayats, how shall I say this? I've seen this. I'm not prepared for this, but I've shown you in the ayats what I've seen. And it's that this religion is a false religion. All Abrahamic religions are false for me. And I will later on about these polytheists also. But, I don't understand. As this Egyptian, in the message it says, right? The message, because I have to be very careful, because the Muslims then would, what was the name first, the message, this movie? Yeah, I think, because there was this thing about calling it message, or the message, this objection against this movie's name, title. Muhammad Idman saw several. So in this movie, I saw, right, the message that even the Egyptian Christian high priest, it says that very few really understand idol worshipping. So how can I say anything about it? I'm still contemplating. But I wouldn't like to kill people for this, because they are not believers in Allah, God, or, we are scared that Christians say, if you don't believe in Jesus Christ as your Savior, if you don't take Him as God's Son, then you may be damned forever or not be saved. Then God knows what the Jews say, and the Muslims have their own. So I'm sick and tired of this. Scared. Let's see. Scared to leave these religions. Like, on one hand, like they say when hypocrites go to this part, they say, yeah, we are with you. But when they go there, they say, no, we've left those disbelievers. We are with you, believers. And all this, right? So the confused people, these hypocrites, and they just get swayed by anyone and gullible people. No, these are not lost cases. They intentionally say this thing. And you see, this gives me a really terrible feeling in my being. See how the Muslims put it to defend themselves and their prophet. And then they go and there's all these bad things about Shias also. And God knows what about Ahmadis. I don't want to check. I cannot explain. So, okay, as a Shia now, no, as a former Shia now, just look at the ayats of the Quran. Why we stayed away from the Jews. We stayed away. And yes, if the dentist in London, his wife, told my mother, can we be friends? Because she thought, she was so naive, she thought that my father, Arab, and all this from the Gulf area, this Emirates, and that we may, Palestine and that issue. Actually, it is in the Quran. Do not make friends with Jews and Christians. And many, many bad things about the Jews. Now you see, that's why Jiddu Krishnamurti best. We cannot hold on to these organized religions, what he says about these organized religions. He takes us out of these organized religions, who also claim that although there's superstitions written here, but they claim they're not superstitious. What we call religion is merely organized belief with its dogmas, rituals, mysteries, and superstitions. Each religion has its own sacred book, its mediator, its priest, its ways of threatening and holding people. Now I go in the site goodreads.com, thank you. This is goodreads.com, thank you. What does Jiddu Krishnamurti say? What we call, so I've read this. Each religion has its own sacred book, its mediator, its priest, and its ways of threatening and holding people, meaning controlling them. And holding them, keeping them. Most of us have been conditioned to all this, definitely, which is considered religious education. But this conditioning sets man against man. So true, now I can see it as I just go through the Quran ayats, and even if I go through the hadiths, sources, both Sunni, Shia, right? And what else is there? All this, which is considered religious education, but this conditioning sets man against man. It creates antagonism, not only among the believers, but also against those of other beliefs. True. Sunni, Shia, Jews, Christians, Muslims. Though all religions assert that they worship God and say that we must love one another, they instill fear through their doctrines of reward and punishment. And through their competitive dogmas, they perpetuate suspicion and antagonism. Very true. Jiddu Krishnamurti. I have to sign in to like this. So, organized religion is the frozen thought of man, out of which he builds temples and churches. It has become a solace for the fearful. What else this is again goodreads.com. just haven't gone in that site to read the whole quotation. What is religion to you? Brutal. Jiddu Krishnamurti. Right? So, oh, this is jkrishnamurti.org. I hope I'm not infringing upon the copyrights. I may be infringing, but there's a whole, it's very, very long, whole discussion into seeing it. Oh, this must be really interesting. Can I share this on my Facebook? So just a minute, please. Okay, no, not like that. I'll have to go to Krishnamurti non-profit organization. I like this, yes, page on Facebook. It took me there. So then I can share from this on my Facebook. But I will have to look for that part, what I found, the discourses on religion. So please see this. I've read Jiddu Krishnamurti, and then it was a step-by-step seeing that even loving the martyr Hussein, really, the more you love it, Hussein did not stand for humanity. See, Jiddu Krishnamurti even said that no matter how sublime the sacrifice you may think it is by another person, you look why and dot 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 what he he explains, right? Not to follow that. So something like that he says, to that effect. This is very, very dangerous. You know why Quran will not be banned, but these ayats, like I have a voice, so I want to save humanity. I would like to, and get these religions out of the way, and show you, and in me also, that I'm totally assured. Why am I not leaving this religion? I should say completely. I do say it, but hidden. What am I doing? Like, I'm so shocked. So, in one way, I say I'm an ex-Shia, but in another, like, what am I doing? Why can't I leave it right now? Of course, I've left it. But you know what I mean? I'm in this, like, oh my God, you want to see more, you want more. So I'm chewing on it, and I'm wasting my life away, my precious days. Now that I have left, that I should be in this, somewhere in freedom, like doing Muji Baba, which is the best for me. Now that I've read most of Jiddu Krishnamurti's books, I think. But I can go back there for reminder, and not a good, I cannot describe to you about Jiddu Krishnamurti's they're not teachings, they're pointings. Thanks to Muji Baba, invitation and pointing to what is, right? So they have their own way to what is. And so, sorry, I cannot come to this religion, but I don't know what it will take for me to completely finish and end these videos also. So no more, no more of these kind of videos about Islam and the verses, and go on with my life. But I feel even now I have a responsibility, a duty towards humanity. As long as I'm alive, maybe leave this religion and then come up with something like Muji Baba, and do my own, tell you. Then go towards spirituality and concentrate on that. And then if I can help myself and others, then be of service to others, but without religion. So I have to be sure, like I still have my heart, I don't know why, scared. But this is terrible. But so, even if you find some verses in the Bible or in the Jewish scriptures that have something against, but really, what is this? Which are the Jewish true texts? Like, do they take it from? Do they also have the Bible, New Old Testament? How much of the is true in the Mosaic? What's this? Where is the Torah of the Jews, right? Is that Torah the same as is in the Bible? Okay, Wikipedia, Hebrew Bible, or Tanakh, or Tanakh, X it says in. Sorry, I cannot pronounce this properly. So they have their own book, I think. So because they don't have the New Testament, and that's for the Christians. But it is the Hebrew Bible. They have their own text. Okay, so I wonder what is in their own text. Okay, whether it's the same as word by word, the same as in the Christian Bible, Old Testament and New Testament, I'm not sure. So I'll have to read through that, and I think for now I'll leave it aside, just brushing on through it, just telling you, keeping it. I'll do it later perhaps. So what is important now, pertinent, is that these verses again I was reminded of in the Quran. Jews, Reina and say Reina or something, Anzarna. I got Ayat Surah Nisa. Some Jews take words out of context and say we listen and we disobey, like that, right? And the other one here, Surah Baqarah. Believers, do not say to the Prophet, Reina, but say Anzarna and listen, Surah Baqarah. So this is because the Jews used to act like this with their prophets. O believers, do not say Reina, but say Anzarna and listen attentively. And the disbelievers will suffer a painful punishment. One translation. Another, O you who have attained to faith, do not say to the Prophet, meaning to the Prophet in brackets, close brackets, listen to us, but rather say, have patience with us and hearken unto him, since grievous suffering awaits those who deny the truth. So this, and because the Jews used to say, remember, Reina or Anzarna, Reina, twisting with their tongues and defaming in the religion. I'm just looking outside from just Google search, not going in. I just went in that website one website I went into is Surah Baqarah Ayat 104. But Surah Nisa Ayat 46, not going in. And what else was there? Oh, you believe, do not say Rina. This one, and the other one I searched. Okay, Quran. Jews killed Isa. right? So again, Surah Nisa. Yeah. So here it is, Surah Nisa. 155, verse 155. Something is holding me back, and like the flow is being cut. Uh, like, so anyways, very stressed. But I have to go on. I'm fighting, struggling against this energy, force that doesn't want me to talk about this. And we curse them for the breaking of the covenant and their disbelief in the signs of Allah and their killing of the prophets without right, and their saying, our hearts are wrapped. They killed the prophets and sealed against reception. Rather, Allah has sealed them because of their disbelief. So they believe not except for a few. Jews killed the prophets. Quran says. And we curse them for their disbelief. My goodness, so many curses. 156, Surah Nisa. For their disbelief and their saying against Mary, a great slander. And verse 157. And for this saying, indeed, we have killed the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary. We killed him, the messenger of Allah. And they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him. Okay, but another, and they have no knowledge of it except the falling of those who differ over it. And they did not kill him, for certain. Yeah. Yes. I mean, God saved him, Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam. There's none but from the scriptures, believe me, before his death. So here, for the Christians, it's good. This is not one of the people of the book who will. There is not one of the people of the book who will not believe in Jesus before his death, and on the day of resurrection, he will be a witness against them. Okay. For wrongdoing on the part of the Jews, we made unlawful for them good foods, which had been lawful to them, and for their averting from the way of Allah, many people. Verse 160 of Surah Nisa. What else? Verse 161. And for the taking of usury, while they had been forbidden from it, and their consuming of the people's wealth unjustly. And we have prepared for the disbelievers among them a painful punishment, as if the Prophet did not take tribute money from the Christians. He had a very rich businesswoman, wife also, but he went on taking money, and then we are told that Prophet Muhammad's daughter was so poor that she didn't have clothes proper, like to go out, wedding, what do you call them? What do you call it? Now, words are not coming to me. So I'm broken and I will talk like this. To go to the Jewish man who came to her and invited her to his daughter's wedding. And for taking their usury, and so punishment, agonizing torment is awaiting them. For those of them that reject the truth, we have prepared an agonizing torment. But those firm in knowledge among them, and the believers believe in what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad, and what was revealed before you, and the establishers of prayer. Very good, yeah. Indeed, we have revealed to you, Muhammad, as we revealed to Nuh and the prophets after him. Really, Jews killed their prophets? Jesus, and we revealed. Okay. Anything else? And send messengers. but that, Allah spoke to Moses with direct speech. And we sent messengers above whom we have related the stories to you before, and messengers about whom we have not related to you. And Allah spoke to Moses with direct speech. Why not to relate all the messengers? We send messengers as bringers of good tidings and all this. Bear witness to which, yes, but Allah bears witness. Angels also. What happens here is He sent it down with His knowledge, and the angels bear witness as well. And sufficient is Allah as a witness. But, anyways, sorry about this. Maybe I will be killed. Because you see, fatwa against Shias, and perhaps now. So we are disbelieved. Yeah. So even my Shias, these poor Shias. And what about Ahmadis? Oh no, you don't see this. My heart cannot take it anymore. So please, it is enough. Shias and what they say against Shias and Jews, it is enough. For me, I don't have the heart to go for Ahmadis or this. Now, what I wanted to say now, exactly, did I say it properly? To save lives, humanity. I'm no Mossad agent or anything. So, what else shall we do now here? So, yeah, I was saying that this religion is hating idol worshippers, hating them. Look at this hatred, and it's not worth it, really. One true God. If you, excuse me, hello, one true God, would you really want this kind of a thing and not bring us in a proper way? Do you see some, what is this, lapse of, logically, even logically it fails. A brief or temporary failure of concentration, memory or judgment. Lapse. No, okay, give me logic. What is the meaning of logic? I mean, a God, right, dividing the people. No, God, Rasulullah has come. Oh my God, yeah. So Rasulullah has come. Allah sent him. And why you all feel divided? But these Jews will not come, these Christians will not come, even the sects in Muslim will not come and can't be reconciled. You see, which Muslim is going to tell me? Because calling me when I was a Shia, calling the Shia not Muslims. Don't even go near them, right? God, don't even go near them. Sorry, I just made a mistake here. I shouldn't have. It fell. Burn a little bit. No, it's not that bad. My hand, my finger. Okay, so no Muslim will go near a Shia. So, could have burnt my new bed sheet. Okay, accidents happening. Crazy. Oh, so oh my God. Bad luck. Every time I buy something new, some accident. So just looking if there's a hole or something, it's burnt or something. No, I don't think so. I'll have to open the lights to check later on. Okay, sorry for wasting my time like this. And yours? Logic. What's the meaning of logic? You see, reasoning conducted or assessed according to strict principles of validity. Validity, strict principles of validity. So, whatever this means really. Reasoning conduct, a system or set of principles underlying the arrangements of elements. Reasoning. Good reasoning, I think. Especially one that is reasonable and based on good judgment. Can you give me an easier? Cambridge Dictionary. Correct or reliable inference. So, like that, right? Validity. Good judgment. Good judgment. Good observation. Reasonable. Logic. Reasonable thinking. A particular way of thinking. It is a particular way of thinking, especially one that is reasonable and based on good judgment. I don't think religion is based on good judgment or reasonable. Because you see what happened. There are some religious. There are some followers of Abraham who would not come, did not embrace Islam. And so when, as a Shia, let me just share this with you, that as a Shia, when I read these ayats, strong ayats against Jews, and then I read the Bible too, but before that, before reading the Bible, the New Testament, what Jesus Christ says against Pharisees and, others, I was thinking that they killed Jesus. This was a very big thing for me, right? That the Jews killed this verse. So starting from this verse, then when I look at the other verses, then that's how I thought, okay, some of them. But thank God I lived in London with the Jews, in the Jews neighborhood, mostly the Jews were there. And so I saw them very, caring, peaceful neighborhood. Very nice people, very nice. So, in their own lives, and not interfering, very nice people. And so that's how I saw the verse, like they were those who had killed. So now for me, those who had injured and killed, and after injuring Fatima, it was the daughter of the Prophet. So that's how my hatred did not develop for the modern Jews here now, right? But that those Jews who had gotten Jesus Christ killed, and now they are lost cases. They just believe, and because they didn't believe in Jesus Christ being the Messiah, and he blasphemed, they felt, so they killed him with the Romans, conspiring with the Romans at that time. And so even then, like, that hatred didn't carry on in me. But here, this verse, like, as a non-Shia, but let me just not cut myself every time. So even Bibi's, that enemy who killed, curse on them, right, who killed the daughter of Prophet Muhammad. Because of the injury, she died. She had a miscarriage, we're told. She had an injury so bad that she died of that injury that caliph gave her. Later on became a caliph. He was Umar bin Khattab, right? So now with the Sunni Muslims, my thing was that my mother never said to me to hate a Sunni, but that this is our way and this is their way, and Umar did something which they don't, take seriously. My mother never put this hatred in me for against Sunnis, or even I had Allama Rashid Tarabi, so he had an impact on me. I used to listen to his majlises in my childhood, and it was never like hate Jews or hate the Sunnis, but hate the person who did it. And then now these Sunnis and all are just blindly influenced by their religion, and so like that. So we may hate what Umar did, but not hate the Sunnis now. Because you know what I mean? They are now following. But then I saw in Pakistan, like, from their side, they started to hate Shias. So I wanted to understand how, what, and now the killing, some of the extreme people were, extreme Muslims were killing, whatever you call them, right? Sunni Muslims who were killing Shias. So logic. So this is what I can't explain, sorry, properly. Maybe some other time, but this is enough, I guess, for now. Not enough, but I'll just cut myself short now. And so, these disbelievers, now, a deeper contemplation. Let me see if I can put words to my contemplations, which I've done before, so I should be prepared for it. To explain a deeper like there are disbelievers, there are atheists, and there are good people. But what God says is actually, the Quran ayats tell me that to be a good person, you have to have faith in Allah and this messenger, the Quran, according to the Quran. Otherwise, you're not a good person. So, most of the ayats like this and very violent, right? But one ayat I found in Surah Fussilat. So, but like if they harass you, leave them alone. Be patient. But about this disorderly way, my contemplations. Just a minute, please. I have to take a pause. See, again, this ayat has come as I'm trying to search for, going down to that ayat. None is granted it. Save one with your enemy will become your bosom friend. So I'm forgetting a part of the words. Anyhow, so here I've come to this again. Surah Fussilat, chapter 41, verse 6. Say, O Muhammad, I am only a man like you, to whom it has been revealed that your God is but one God. So take a straight course to him and seek his forgiveness. And woe to those who associate others with Allah. So you'll say another ayat will explain that without authority, like don't associate anyone with God. But Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. So isn't that a kind of association? So isn't this association all the time? It comes like this, very open to interpretation and misunderstanding, right? Between Sunni and Shia still, and Muslims. Like, but you'll say some other verse, but that is a Shia who would point out that without authority. Sunnis don't think like this. I don't know some Muslims' pattern of thinking is, or most Muslims. You see? And woe to those who join gods with Allah. So does it say word by word joining gods? Oh, sorry, you're back. Sorry, and ask his forgiveness. And woe to the polytheists. So some translators like Sahih International say polytheists who associate others with Allah. What are the polytheists? And then if you come to Surah Fat, revere him, assist him, obey him. Okay, that's not, obey is in other ayats, but in Surah Fat ayat 9 I think. And exalt him morning and evening. And translators have made a mistake. So, and people open to interpretations, their own. Some who say Quran only. I don't know how their minds interpret it. It's a confusion, really. So, aren't we and means of approach? Take the means of approach. Wasila. God, it's so. Sorry, it's confusing. But in detail, I'm not putting the Surah Fat ayat 9, telling you, explaining to you right now, right? Truth and reason said, who is superior to us in strength? And I'd behaved screaming during this. Okay, here I found it. And who is better in speech than one who invites to Allah and does righteousness and says, indeed, I am of the Muslims. Muslimi. Verse 33 of Surah Fusilat, chapter 41 of the Quran. Okay? You invite to, this is like the dawah. Who is better? Who is better in speech than one who invites, da'a, to, invites one to Allah. Invites to Allah. Oh, you have to invite to Allah. And who is better? When you invite to Allah, be like this in the beginning, I guess. I have to look at the context, read what Rasulullah did. So, 34. And not equal are the good deed and the bad deed. And the bad. Repel evil by that deed which is better, and thereupon the one whom between you and him is enmity will become as though he was a devoted friend, thy friend and intimate. And can goodness and evil be equal? So repel evil with what is good, what is better. What is better? But none is granted it except those who are patient, and none is granted it except one having a great portion of greatest good fortune or theme. You see, the thing is that, yes, but some will not come. because it says, yeah, you do this, you invite them. Very confusing. In other words, but you cannot invite those who, but none is granted it, save one who possesses a great portion of good in brackets. Okay? And then if there comes to you from Satan an evil suggestion, then seek refuge in Allah. I feel all the time you have to seek refuge in Allah from this evil. And the signs are the night. I mean it. Arrogant those who near your Lord, exalt him by night. Exalt him. But if they are arrogant, then those who are near your Lord, exalt him by night and by day. And they do not become weary. Yes, and the signs are stilled. So, deviation. Okay. Truth in our signs are not hidden from us. What is better? Those who prevent the truth in our signs are not hidden from us. Okay, I'm just reading without giving the ayat numbers and just some ayats not reading completely. So, falsehood cannot approach it, before it or behind it. Nothing is said to you except what was already said to the messengers before you. Indeed, your Lord is a possessor of forgiveness and a possessor of painful penalty. Okay. Forgiveness for whom? Why are its verses not explained in detail? If we had a foreign Quran. Oh, God. Okay. This, I don't want to go too much. And we had already given Moses the scripture, but it came under disagreement. And if not for a word that proceeded from your Lord, it would have been concluded between them. And indeed they are concerning, i.e. the Quran, in disquieting doubt. Okay, anything else? Just pausing. Okay, I took a pause. I just remembered another ayat that says, Indeed, O Muhammad, you do not guide whom you like, but Allah guides whom He wills. And He is most knowing of the rightly guided. Or love. What is this? It says love. You love. So this is from Surah Qasas, chapter 28 of Quran. Oh, yeah, of Quran, ayat 56. Ayat 56. You see, it is, so even the Prophet, so who possesses a great share of good? I'm confused because we are not good people. Or maybe not good, but good fortune. Lucky people? God knows. So Surah Fussilat ayat. So, invite people, those who invite people, others to Islam. And, with the best way, better way. And so none is granted it. And that your enemy will become your best friend. Bosom friend. A lot about this bosom, vagina, and breasts. Well, voluptuous women. Indeed, O Muhammad, you do not guide whom you love. Actually, it should be. English translation, Yusuf Ali. Sahih International says like, right? But English translation, Yusuf Ali says lovest. It is true thou will not be able to guide everyone whom thou lovest. But Allah guides those whom He will, and He knows best those who receive guidance. So even with Rasulullah, who possesses the greatest good, he's to be exalted. In Surah Fath we're told, revered, helped. Even he, God has given him such good character, exalted, good character, perfect, excellent example that we must follow. He cannot guide those whom He loves. So what does this mean? He cannot guide them. Love is not enough. You see? Love is not enough. If you love someone, it could be one way if you read this ayat. Right? What does it mean? So, okay, I'll pause. Another azan is on. So, thank you. I think I'll continue later with